Hi guys, welcome to the mix. It is time for, at long last, again, another weekly roundup. I'm debating whether or not there's any point calling it a weekly roundup at this point, because I don't think I've managed it weekly since probably 2019 or something. I swear I used to be better at doing these, but yeah, thank you for bearing with anyway. I think maybe a monthly roundup is a better way to look at these right now, because I'm a little bit, I'd still be rubbish if we were looking at that in terms of the videos I'm churning out. But yeah, monthly roundup, welcome, thank you for tuning in. And as you can see, quite a lot to take you through here again. And this is always going to be the way with doing a sort of monthly or 6 weekly roundup or whatever I'm on, just because things build up. So a few things here I should have told you about a while ago. So apologies for that. It's, a little late to the party on them. But yeah, I've caught some new stuff coming in this week, and I thought slight lull right now. I'd dive in and take you through as much as I can. So broadly speaking, it's just a bit of a weird time at the moment. So brands traditionally through the summer don't release all that much because, I mean, certainly pre-lockdown, pre-COVID and everything, the summer would be a time when everyone was out and about doing things. There were holidays here and there. Yeah, there were competitions on as well. And the training, I suppose, would steal focus like in this industry. And our quietest months of the year tend to be, apart from Christmas, which inevitably, because the end of it just tails off and everyone has family time and the rest, is the summer, weirdly. So May's usually strong, and then June, July, August, kind of lukewarm. And we didn't have that with last year, 2020, because I suppose everyone was still locked down and it was still so up and down and still so whatever. We actually stayed pretty consistently busy, incredibly busy. And now, we've had some busy days, and then we suddenly will have, out of nowhere, a eerily quiet day. So it's a bit of a shame. I mean, you don't want to be really quiet when I've now suddenly got this place to cover the costs of, and we've now got the ability to do more orders and everything. But that's how it works. I mean, we just got to roll with the punches these days. And it's a bit weird. It makes it slightly hard to forecast. And obviously, as I say, the brands don't tend to release all that much during the summer. It's not like I'm missing loads here. But yeah, we've actually got some fun stuff kicking in now. And September is usually the tipping point, right? So end of August, the end of the bank holiday, then brands get back into it. September, October, run up to Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and all that wackiness, and then Christmassy things. So we get some seasonal goodies coming out now. It's pretty cool. And yeah, brands have sort of prepped stuff over the summer. They can hit with their marketing campaigns. So a lot of cool stuff coming. For our part, we're looking at some new brands coming in and the rest. So I'm going to show you some bits we've got coming. But I think just as a heads up, and doing my kind of roundup of the world stuff, or certainly in this industry, in the run up to doing this, we're going to have some interesting times you may have heard on the news, certainly here in the UK, there are shortages across loads of popular restaurants. I mean, it's like the end times, right? Nando's running out of chicken, things like that. I've even seen Coca-Cola are struggling with cans for Diet Coke, and I kind of live on that stuff. And you've had, shortages of beers here and there. I think Wetherspoons have been having trouble. Lots of weird ones. And they're sort of threatening prices going up or empty supermarket shelves again. And this is more related to not so much pandemic-y stuff, or not directly, but supply chains being affected, even from last year, and having the knock-on effect now. And moving stuff around the world still costing a lot more. And production in China on a lot of things has caused problems. So, we're looking at tubs, for example. Per4m, half the issues they've had keeping up with the demand, which has been crazy to be fair, is they just don't have the tubs. And we've had this from a bunch of our American brands as well. They just can't. It's like PES. We got the latest shipments of the prolific pre-workout, and slightly subtly, the lids have changed again. I'm assuming they're just trying to manage the supply chain and get other lids and things in, but depending on the brand, depending on what you're making, depending on how it has to be pitched, just missing a scoop or missing a seal could put the entire run back by months. And these things are forecast way in advance. You can understand from a supplement point of view why this can have problems. And then you've got to look at the ingredients. So, creatine is gone up in price loads. Whey protein's gone up in price loads. I've even heard like caffeine as a raw material, the pharmaceutical style, has gone up in price loads. So a bit scary. So you might be seeing, just a heads up now, you might be seeing some price rises, some scant availability on certain things you're very used to. It's, COVID or otherwise, assuming the numbers stay down, we've got a grip on this kind of now, there are going to be some interesting ones in the run up to Christmas, I think, certainly here in the UK, because there's driver shortages and things like that as well, causing problems. Anyway, that's minutes and minutes ranting about that. You don't tune in to hear me do current events. Jumping into the products we actually have. So we got some snacks. We got some tubs. Again, there seems to be an unusual amount of vegan stuff. That's just the way of things at the moment. I swear we don't go out of our way to get vegan things, but I guess there is still a lot of creativity, a lot of interest, a lot of effort going into vegan-y style things at the moment. So it just happens that a lot of them are coming through, whether it's vegan, supplements, seasonings, or actual bars. Anyway, not everything vegan, so yeah, it's not just one for the plant-based folks. We've got a good smattering of things. We've even got shakers and stuff like that. Most of what I have to tell you about, I suppose, the broader picture stuff are restocks. So if you follow our news service, the pop-up thing on site that you can subscribe to, and it sends like browser alerts, which are semi-annoying, but if you're scrolling, you get some good ideas about the big hitters coming back into stock, and obviously new releases and news and stuff like that as well. And in the emails and on our Instagram story and our Facebook story, we put a lot of the restocks that don't quite make the main grid, as the kids say. So I've got a ton of those in the wings here to take you through alongside the new one. So that's, the Shut Up Anthony Q, and I will jump in with snacks before closing off at the end and giving you updates of other things that are coming up ahead and what we're doing. Okay, so most exciting, probably, just in terms of being quite different and have been surprisingly popular out the gate, we've got these Wana bars here. I think they've technically got a bit of a weird name. We did post these on the main grid, on the main feed. They have got Waffand'Cream Bars, I think is actually what they've called them. So it's Wana Sweets, I think they've called it like that, is the actual brand. And the Waffand'Cream Bars, it's as the name implies, and we put into the listing, it's a kind of mixture of waffle, wafer, and cream. So you've got a very crispy, crunchy outside. It's all chocolate coated and lovely, and you've got a very creamy inner filling. So I will actually show you this. I might even show you a couple of them because they are delicious. We've been trying to keep our hands on them ourselves. They come in from these things here, these lovely friendly pastel coloured wrappers here. What will I show you? I mean, we've got, I'll mention the flavours we've got. We've got the white chocolate with pistachio cream, and I'll put the Instagram posting on screen. You can see there, you get lovely cross-section millis done as usual, and the listing there takes you through them. But we've got white chocolate pistachio cream, very unusual. I don't think we've got any other pistachio-flavoured protein bars, so that's the continental influence coming in there. On the Italian side, very cool. There's a coconut one, dark chocolatey coconut one with desiccated coconut on it. There's, of course, a salted caramel. It's like a milk chocolate one with salted caramel middle. That's probably my favourite, probably the sweetest. We've got a dark chocolate with dark chocolate cream. That's more of your midnight plain chocolatey intensy one. There's a kind of hazelnutty, milk chocolatey Gingerbread one. All very cool, all very sexy. And I will show you, just to get a little bit of the gamut, we will go with the white chocolate on the one hand. So you've got white chocolatey one, and then what have I grabbed here? Cocoa with Gingerbread. So sort of the classic milk chocolatey sort of one. So, if you've seen the post, you'll have an idea what we're looking at here. Let's go white chocolate first. So, let me show you the actual snack there. So, these are protein bars, about 14 grams of protein or thereabouts in them. A little bit smaller, but they're quite rich and dense in it. That bulks up the calories a little bit. I think they're 45 grams, so 43 grams. But I mean, fairly satisfying because of the richness of the ingredients and certainly the slightly higher fats because of the cream. They're still quite a good, satisfying one on top of being like a real sort of proteiny delicacy. So nothing else quite like these around. We've had some of the Love Raw bars. Okay, it's one we were playing with photographs of. It might be a tiny bit melty, but white chocolate, you kind of get, it smells incredible actually. You might, you get like 3 chunks in it, as you can see. I'll bring this round on the camera, my usual trick to make sure it's recording. It is. How am I 9 minutes in already? There you go. So it comes in sections. I guess you can think Kinder Bueno with these. It's very much that kind of bar. So it's got the wafer thing. You can see the chocolate coating on the outside, and on the inside there, it's, let's go with that one, maybe a better idea. Creamy filling. Let's try biting. So, it's kind of crumbly. It's not sort of runny cream. I mean, it does vary from flavour to flavour, but certainly this one, the Gingerbread, the salted caramel is more runny. I'll give it that. But it's so sweet, so creamy, so wonderful. Protein bar wise, I mean, it's good that I say this quite a bit, right? Because it shows people are doing the right things. But you'd never know that was a protein bar. And that is probably the testament to how well these have been put together. But that is a real show of achievement when you are doing a functional sweet line, which you don't know is functional. You don't know there is next to no sugar in this. It's like a gram of sugar. What are we at, actually? Let's not mislead. Sugars, 0.6 grams of sugars in this whole bar here. Wow. And it has protein, just 13 grams of protein in this one, but still, that ain't bad. I opened this one as well. Go on, just to show you a milk chocolate one. Very much the same deal, very much the same kind of structure to it. Yep, so it's 3 chunks there, generously coated in chocolate. I guess you can see on the underside where the wafer's sitting. Yep, so that's what they've coated in there, and then they've filled the thing with cream. Where am I going? Yeah, you can see the uncoated cream thing, but you can see the chocolate coming in. Just destroy it. There we go. Yeah, so that one is very, very full, rich, truffly, very Christmassy, actually, the whole Gingerbread chocolate thing. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, actually. Gingerbread, something like that. Yeah, rich, truffly, hazelnutty, kind of praline. Very, very nice indeed. Showing you a couple of the flavors there. Yeah, these really are quite irresistible. When we got the samples in, they looked cool on social media. We reached out. Turns out they were actually looking for wholesalers. I'm actually up for jumping into the mix, doing some stuff. So it's an Italian guy bringing these in from Italy. And he's done a really good job. It's a fledgling one. It's a bit of a startup there. Actually saying that, I don't know the history of the company out there. I'm not sure how long they've been making the bars, but because we do miss some pretty cool European stuff, especially now post-Brexit when everything's a little bit harder dealing with the guys over there and sharing stuff. But yeah, we hadn't heard from them before, and it's nice seeing them pop up. So there are 5 or 6 flavors. I think there's the salted caramels, the dark chocolate, there's the Gianduja, the white chocolate strawberry, there's the pistachio, and maybe that's it. Maybe it's 5. Whatever. 5 or 6. We've got a bundle on site, of course, a pick and mix special. We've had some fun with the name. So I think it's the Do You Wanna One cream-filled protein bar bundle or something like that, or you want a cream-filled protein bar bundle. So yeah, it's a mixed box of 12, so jump on there. They're a little bit pricier bar-wise, but not too bad at all. So yeah, go and check that out. It's probably one of the launches I'm most excited for, snack-wise, or the most exciting ones we've had over the last couple of months, just because the slightly different format and everything, and what a pleasant surprise it was with the mixture of textures and the protein. And yeah, it's all very cool. So there you go. They're in the mix right now. Next up, we have got another snack from, this time, an old friend of ours, Mountain Joe's. I'd love to say it's Mountain Joe, but it's actually a dude called Ben. But yeah, Mountain Joe's the brand. And we've got a new brownie. So this is choc peanut there. I'll bring this one in now. I need to sort myself out with an energy drink first. Sorry. It's actually... well, earlier on Saturday than I'm usually doing these. It's around about lunchtime. I usually wait to do a video after the gym when I guess I've still got pre-workout when I get to the gym these days, when I've still got pre-workout coursing through my veins. Right now, I think I'm lagging a little bit. And the bank holiday weekend, which is the bank holiday here in the UK, with the shorter week, it tends to throw everything up in the air. So couriers lost the plot. We thought we had more time to do things. And yeah, all chaos. So a little bit frazzled now, but I was still determined to get this video done because... dedicated and all that. Anyway, yeah, Mountain Joe. Sorry, a little aside. We have got choc peanut brownie. So, Mountain Joe's, quite a lot of goodwill around the brand at the moment. It's been around, the brand has been around one way or another for a few years now. Obviously, the Rocky Roads first, you may remember. They've kind of gone, but with the Millionaire bars done very well, brownies more recently done very well, flapjacks done surprisingly well, and indeed there's even a vegan granola bar. So, big, cool, broad range coming from the guys over there now. And the latest is this choc peanut protein brownie. Boom. So it's reduced sugar. It's obviously protein fortified. It's not the healthiest, leanest, most macro friendly of snacks. But then again, for a choc peanut brownie, I don't think you want that. I mean, it would be sort of a slap in the face to how delicious this desserty type thing should be to do a massively cut down shadow of itself version. Anyway, it's got all that Mountain Joe's nice signature to it. Packaging a little bit different on this one. It's actually exclusive to the mix as I film this. So we've had first dibs on it for a week or two, couple of weeks. And then there are more flavors coming. That's the other thing. The cat is probably out the bag at the moment. So they've shared it, we've syndicated the content, we've shared it ourselves, and it's it's not been too subtly hinted at, but it's still very exciting nonetheless. Obviously, chopped peanut now. There's carrots just shown on the previous story, which, as you might imagine, would indicate, certainly given the time of year, carrot cake, which is a favourite of mine and yeah, bound to do really well. It's probably the one I'm most excited for, in fact, so that won't be long. And then there is a third flavour. I won't spoil the surprise on that one now, but if you follow the Mountain Joe's social media, if you follow ours, we will share the same content as and when we get closer to it. But there's a third flavour too, very delicious as well. And yeah, lots to look forward to for this. But first up, yeah, we have chopped peanut. I won't say any more about it. Very cool. It's got the same chocolate coating. It's got the same chocolate brownie inner. It has then got a very, very generous helping of roasted peanutty nibs. So I'll open this one to show you. It's quite, oh, there you go, chocolate already. Woo! Yeah, it's a hench one, this one, to be fair. Come on. Darker colours won't like to focus. There you go. So it looks like they're serving some delicious dark planet. Massive rocks of peanut there. And we break inside. You can see the layers. Again, if you jump over to our Instagram, I'll put the thing on the screen. You can see the cross-section courtesy of Millie's photography. Okay, so you have got the chocolate coating. Please focus. Come on. I'll just go with this one bar. Oh, this is rubbish, it really is. Okay, there you go. You've got the big, thick brownie base. You've got a caramelly sweet, I guess it's slightly peanutty flavour too, topping there that adds some of the sweetness. And then you've got loads of peanuts studded in the top. And you've actually got peanuts, as you can see, in the brownie itself. There's one lurking there. Delicious. Go. You get soft brownie texture. You get crunchy peanut. They are very crunchy peanuts. Dry roasted, I guess. And the chocolate on the outside. Yes, very nice. Ticks all the boxes. Gives you everything you'd expect from that flavour. I will say the batches jump around a bit. So for me, I like these when they come out, because they are fresh baked and all that. I like this when they come out slightly fudgier, and you'll notice some of the bars, even in the same batch, are suddenly smaller. They look a little bit squashed. That's not a problem. That's a good thing usually, because they end up a little bit fudgier in that case. So if you've got one of those, that's a win. But otherwise, yeah, you get lovely, fluffy kind of cakiness to them. Really, really nice. They heat up quite nicely as well. So if you sort of zap them, yeah, sure, they'll get a little bit melty. But yeah, it's the same with, well, like a real brownie, to be honest, warmed up, maybe with ice cream on the side. Works fantastically well, and these are traditional enough in format that will work very well for these too. But those crunchy peanuts, you can't beat that. Really gone to town on it. They're all running the whole way through the brownie and on top of you, as you've seen, and it's a very lovely thing. So this is in our Mountain Joe's Mountain Range bundle, as we speak, along with all the other vast range of snacks he does at the moment, and it's anticipating the launch of the next two flavours over the next, I guess, month. So we should have the first one, the carrot, quite soon, and then the other one will follow up. So loads of things to do. These have been out for 10 days now, 2 weeks, maybe not even that, maybe just a week. So maybe I'm not too behind on it. So there you go. Whether you jump in and grab some of these now, or you wait for the other flavors to launch and you have a massive Mountain Joe's fest in a couple of weeks' time, yeah, I think you'll enjoy. Okay, that's Mountain Joe's done. So next one, we will stick with the snacks, then we'll get on to the rest of the table. Yes, this is taking ages, but bear with me. This one is very vegan. So it's, as I mentioned before, there's vegan-y bits and pieces coming in. This is another vegan bar dropping. This is kind of a local one, actually. So the brand is called Defend Earth. So I think you can imagine what their agenda is here. It's obviously like a environmentally conscious brand, and it follows through to the packaging, the wrapping, and everything as well. So if that's a big priority for you, these guys are doing great things in terms of recycled things. They're avoiding plastics and the rest. So yeah, plastic-free packaging on the entire bar. That's pretty cool. That's not that usual. And on the boxes as well, it's plastic-free, and even the cellophane kind of wrapping isn't plastic. So yeah, it's very nice and forward-thinking of them and environmentally savvy. But the bar itself is plant-based along with that. So it's not too dissimilar in format, I'll bring it in, to a bunch of the other vegan bars that do quite well for us at the moment. Some of the ones that have been most popular recently, like the Misfits bars, like the Awesome Sups bars, like even the Skinny Food Co. Duo bars. Very, very similar. I think they're even more than that. It's not CMP. Who's the other guys who did it? Don't know. But we've had a bunch of vegan bars that have kind of sprung up a level, and they've got that much closer to the kind of Carb Killa standard, the triple layer, the caramel filled, the low sugar that we've become used to on the, I guess, the regular dairy side of these things. So for the plant-based one, same kind of deal. 16 grams of protein, not bad at all. I think less than a gram of sugar, and then all the other cool things about the packaging and the quality of the ingredients and things that these guys make. So there you go. Wrapper feels slightly different, so I guess there is something to taking the plastic out of it. But yeah, it does the job. And inside, the flavour I should actually say is Caramel Cosmos they've gone with. So it's a kind of Choc caramel bar. So it's sort of default. It's like their caramel chaos grenade, I suppose. This is what they're going for. And indeed, that is what you get. Very well presented, very nice indeed. Not the biggest bar in the world, I think it's probably about 50 grams or something, but it feels pretty weighty, feels pretty satisfying. And there you go, you can see the crunchy nobbles on the top there, and we love a crunchy nobble. Very generous non-milk chocolate coating. And that's about it. So, there you go. You can see layer-wise, you've got, hello. Oh, this is the most ridiculous thing. Okay, there you go. That's not a bad shot. So you've got the standard proteiny nougat core. You've got an oddly clear caramel, but that's a huge amount of sweetness comes in that. Doesn't look that sort of golden caramel, but again, I think they're trying to cut down on ingredients, and the flavour is there, believe me. The chocolate coating, the crunchy protein crispies in the top there as well. And that's all she wrote. I mean, it does what it says on the tin, really, but it gives you that triple layer experience. It is indulgent, it is satisfying, it is low sugar, it is pretty high protein, and it is local. So the brand is actually quite local to us down here in the southeast. And yeah, nice to support them. They've been quite proactive on social media, quite excited to get involved with us over here. So I think they've got more flavors coming, more to see from these guys for sure. But yeah, check it out if you're into those kind of awesome supsy, misfitsy style bars, and they are selling really well at the moment. You won't be disappointed with this one at all. It is one of the better off-breed ones. It does get the sweetness, it does get the chocolatiness, it does get the crunch and mixture of texture, and it's got all that kind of warm, fuzzy feeling like attached to it, knowing that they are doing good things in terms of the packaging and being conscientious of it and stuff, as I said. So environmentally aware. Very cool, and I think we'll see more brands doing stuff like this going forward. Whew. Oh. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Mini break. That wonderful combo of caramelly chocolate brownie and grape in the 3D. Seems to work okay-ish. Okay, that's the snacks kind of done. So you've seen some cross sections. I've got to eat some bits and pieces. Always very welcome and all worth trying for sure. Something for everyone here. Next up, let's jump to savoury temporarily. You'll see on the end we've got loads of these little jars. This is an Australian brand called Deliciou. I guess they're going for delicious and they left the S off. I don't know. It is a weird word, but it's a quirky brand. It's got some character to it as well, which is pretty cool. I'm holding up the bacon ones here. So, following on from that Defend Earth bar, these are vegan. Vegan, gluten-free, I think, no nasties, all wonderfully formulated and no MSGs and well put together and all this kind of stuff. The novelty is they're packed full of flavour. So, I mean, seasonings are not, as followers will be aware, like our bread and butter here, if you will. We do mainly sweet-style things and bits and pieces around food prep. It's not our kind of natural mode over here with the whole sweet shop vibe. But it doesn't mean that we don't occasionally cook real food. And these were definitely a best of breed family of seasonings again. They were just different enough to us to want to try. Love the packaging, love the branding. They've had a lot of fun with it, which is something that it's nice to see in something that's outwardly quite dull like this. For example, yeah, and the vegan thing is nice as well. So there's a kind of free from different offering there, and it's admirable what they're doing. But they've got like vegan cheese seasoning, for example. That's probably not focused, but yeah, here. And yeah, they've had fun with all I'm saying. Sweet dreams are made of cheese. Very cool. I love stuff like that. You've got ranch, just like back at the ranch. Not quite so creative, but it's nice they said something. Nacho cheese. We don't mind being a little cheesy. So even more cheese fest one and say, yes, these are all vegan. Everything seasoning. Turn anything into everything. So yeah, so that's fun. Bound to liven up your otherwise dull meal prep. Why does it never focus? There you go. Oh, it keeps going really. I think there's like 8 varieties of the main flavour, the main seasonings, and there's the 4 or 5 bacon. I haven't put them all out here. There's loads of the things. And then yeah, classic sriracha. I think that's how you pronounce that one. Yes, very nice. These all taste great as well. We have trialed a couple of them. Very powerful, so it's kind of what you'd expect. They're just very well executed, but it's nicely packaged, nicely presented, and obviously there's a few other USPs in terms of the vegan stuff and the quality of ingredients. The real novelty is probably in the bacon one. So we've got maple bacon. Makes anything taste like bacon. Well, that's great. And again, for vegan, that's pretty cool. Cheesy bacon, spicy bacon. Now we know things like this do really well because of the kernel seasons. Those little colourful shaker pot things we've brought in for age. These guys, which has always surprised us. And so something like this, maybe a tiny bit more formal as a sort of product, but still, it's they have done really well. I mean, it's one of the ones. I've seen a few of these brands pushed out there at the moment, and we did trial some. But yeah, these guys just happen to win out, and we like the slightly exotic Australian spin on them and the fun they've had with the branding. So check out their website, check out the social media, lots of cool recipes, things like that. But yeah, they're up in the mix at the moment. Such a vast variety, vegan or otherwise, they taste fantastic, and particularly the bacon one's probably a good standout. And they cover everything. There's the garlic one, there's a fries one, there's tons. So yeah, they're in the mix now as well, and it's on one of our kind of flavour option listings, like the Per4m. So the more you buy, the cheaper they get. It's like a bulk across all the flavours, so that's pretty cool as well. There you go. So seasoning, savoury stuff done. Jump over here. We've got some spreads. Now this is a really kind of fun and wacky one, and this was a out of left field listing for us because I had seen this brand before. But we've never been, we've never really gone to town listing them. I think it's a Spanish brand, but it might be Portuguese. Either way, it's from down there in Southern Europe. These are, I think the brand is actually called Max Protein, from I think it's associated with Universal McGregor. It's just a really weird kind of Americanized branding, but I think the setup is down there. Anyway, we've had bits and pieces from them before, and these are a fairly new launch from them, and it's what WTF in Terabang. It is What the Fudge, I think they've called it. It's what they've stuck on the top there. So they're playing with it. It's a tongue-in-cheek one. It's a slightly silly one. Anyway, they're protein spreads, protein creams, they're calling them. And that's pretty much what they are. So it's a protein-infused spread or topping for bagels, porridge, toast, your spoon, whatever. Again, like with me and peanut butter, more often than not, I'm just going to eat this out of the jar. It might make me some sort of animal, but this stuff does taste really good. So we only ran with one flavour now. So if you look on site, this is the only one you'll see. SpecuLoL. Love the name, had some good fun with it. It's a specular spread, Speculoos spread. So if you think Biscoff, if you think kind of caramel cinnamon biscuit, you're in the ballpark. Very popular right now. Everyone loves this stuff, which is why I thought we'd start with this, just to suck it and see on the demand. And sure enough, it's been surprisingly good. Now, what some of you may notice is the jar's not very big, and this is true. I would rather it were, 350 grams instead of 250 grams. So it is on the pricey side, but I think this was part of the reason we didn't do much with Max Protein in the past, a few years back when we've been offered bits and pieces, because it always seemed oddly expensive. And I think right now Brexit has not helped because there's extra duties coming up from there and things like that. Anyway, yeah. It is delicious. It is delicious. We have obviously opened these ones. I think we've gone through half a jar of this already. A little goes a long way. It's very sweet. It's very powerful. We can see there, you can be unkind and say it looks like some sort of hair gel, hair putty, but very, very nice, creamy thing. I guess that we saw Speculoos on it and we thought, well, that's too good to be true. This is going to suck. Because it's very hard to pull off something that even approaches what people expect to taste when we're talking Biscoff and things like that. But in terms of this one, it actually followed through for me. I really did think it was quite nice. Millie was slightly less convinced, but I mean, this is why we've jumped in with the one flavour. It's actually got crispy, crunchy, biscuity pieces in, so you get the texture in there as well, which is what I really hoped to see. Didn't think I would do, but I did. So it's not just flavouring, it's actually got the biscuity sort of texture going on. It is very cinnamony, it is very sweet. I think it's great, actually. So I'd like to see it do well. They also have like a ridiculous 15, 20 different flavours. And they are having fun with the brands, but maybe having a little bit too much fun with some of them. So I've got some question marks over, their Oreo labeling and stuff is maybe a bit close to actual Oreo, because I don't think there's any formal relationship between the companies. But for some of them, I like what they're doing. I like the general idea. A bit too expensive, as I say, but it's very tasty. Nutritionally, it's not stellar. If you think of Grenade's Killer spreads, which are delicious, they've got some nice texture as well, blah blah blah, it's in the ballpark there. So it's slightly higher protein, and it's slightly lower sugar and therefore lower calorie, but this is not a kind of guilt-free one you can go to town on, but it's unusual enough that I thought it was worth getting in. And obviously you do get that extra protein, that edge of guilt-freeness to the whole thing. So it's pretty cool. This is one of those sort of trial listings for us. It really does smell amazing. It's really good. We did try a few flavours. This one to start with, I think we can't miss with this. And it's already selling quite nicely. We've done some promo on it. But if we get a few more of the other flavours as well, and they've got M&M's one, Oreo, as I said, they've got a Ferrero Rocher style one, they've got birthday cake ones, they've got dinosaur biscuits, which I think is like a caramel biscuity sort of thing. They have got they've got from some fruity ones. They've got loads. They really have got loads. So I mean, you can't read too much about these brands online. But there's really they've had so much fun with so many household name kind of candy bars and stuff that so far I think they've done well. So there you go. SpecuLoL is in there. It's under the brand WTF spreads, I think, but max protein. You'll find it on site. It's in the just arrived category. Check that one out. Little on the pricey side, but it really is delicious. So check it out. I say everyone, it's worth doing a go, and we'll try and bring the price down. We can bring more in. I know that the importers are trying to get more at a time, so we can do something a bit more sensible. But we've actually taken a bit of a hit on the RRP to make it slightly friendlier to get these launched. Because I think they're $6.99 at the moment. But the RRP is actually $7.99. But we want to get into the $6.99, a little bit friendlier, and they're worth trying. Okay, that's the snack stuff about done, or at least the new snack stuff done. So I've got some supplementary bits I'll take you through, and then some of the reloads. I mean, a couple of new shakers as well, but okay. Supplement bits, we'll do EHP Labs first. Quite a lot coming out from these guys. Again, like the Deliciou, it's an Australian brand technically, although a lot of the supplements are made in the States. EHP Labs, we've got a brand new limited edition flavour of their flagship OxyShred. So it's their kind of thermogenic, fat-burning-y type pre-workout formula. Very popular, the most popular thing for them for sure. It's a little bit like PES is alphamine, but kicked up a bit. We've got mystery flavour. So mystery flavour is a mystery. It's a weird one, this, because I've actually spoken to the brand saying, well, come on then, guys, what do you actually put in there? They can't really nail it down. So mystery flavour, good fun. They've got balloon on it. I think it's some form of signature one, actually. Don't really know. It's not someone who means that much to us over here, I don't think. I don't recognise the name. But there you go, mystery flavour, all good fun. How would I describe it? It mixes up very blue, and so I suppose whether that's a kind of like cognitive sort of crossover one, you think blueberry, kind of like a sour blueberry, but it's not a particularly sour flavour, and there's definitely more going on. They describe it as white candy, which is worryingly nebulous and vague, but it is very fruity. It is kind of tangy. It's got a blueberry, sort of blue slushy sort of vibe running through it. Yeah, it's not that sour. The guys actually do sour is very popular in these sort of flavors at the moment, but I don't find the EHP Labs flavors that sour. So, I mean, yeah, Ghost are probably the sour candy style flavor kings. These guys have gone a slightly different way, which is it's quite nice to see, but it's still fruity, it's fun, it's sweet, it's still a bit over the top. Anyway, we got loads of those in the mix at the moment. I think it's probably a one-hit delivery, so when they're gone, they're gone. But it's another flavor of that to try. Also, while I'm on EHP Labs, we have got... I think there might be a gap from new stuff for them because I said there's some delay with shipments. But I actually picked up some of their Create. They're just straight up creatine, really. And along the lines of what I mentioned earlier, creatine and stuff going up in price a lot. I've never really worried about it here in the mix, but I think my training has been so bad recently in the gym. I've actually started taking creatine again just to make it feel like I've not lost every gain I've ever made. And it does have a bit of a benefit. Certainly if you're not used to it. It takes a while to kick in, but I think there is some benefit to creatine monohydrate supplementation for most people. And up till now, it's been quite cheap, affordable, etc. So it's easy one to chuck in, and it's almost without consequence, and you'll get some form of benefit from it. But yeah, the price, I fear, is about to go up quite substantially. So I thought, what the hey, I'll buy some of these in now, put them up on site. And the PES creatine, the True Creatine, plus the tablets and the powder has always done oddly well for us. So we never push any boring sort of straight up creatine product. I mean, Ghost Size does well, but there's a lot more going on in that product. But straight up creatine seems a bit core, a bit functional, not really pick and mix. But we've done it in the shop, just not online. So I thought I'd pick this one up anyway. But yeah, worth mentioning, that is on site and it just arrived as well. Pretty good price for, I think it's 100 servings. It's quite a hefty thing. And yeah, if you do take creatine quite a lot, it might not be a bad idea to stockpile a tiny bit whilst prices are still low, because I have been warned left, right and centre that the prices are going up. And the creatine in so many things like pre-workouts and stuff, we are going to see some knock-on hits. Gulp. Anyway, yeah, the Create, that's on there. Very, very boring, but yeah, it does the job. Otherwise, the mystery flavour, much more fun. Go for it. Next up, back to plant-based. So we've got Per4m's Vegan Protein. This is something we've never really made a big song and dance about launching here. But then again, we never made a big song and dance about launching the Per4m Whey. And that has done incredibly well. It's been a runaway success up and down the country. Even abroad, we're sending these things out. And in the mix, it's rapidly jumped up our sales stats. I don't know if it's on the back of the sheer variety of flavours and how good a lot of them are, or the fact that it's a really keen price. But yeah, either way, I'm not going to complain at this point. Go for it. It has been doing incredibly well, and we've had more Per4m restocks. We've got, I meant to say actually, before I jump back into the dairy-free, we got the white choc hazelnut bueno flavour back in. Everyone up and down, every supplement store in the country, I think, has been making a song and dance about this stuff because they finally made enough to actually supply a load of us. But runaway success, that flavour. You haven't been able to get it for love nor money. Now we've got it back in, and yeah, it's very nice. Is it that different from a white chocolate flavour? Not really. It leans probably more heavily on white chocolate than it does on hazelnut. But yeah, either way, it's lovely. It's creamy. It's got the great mixability, all the cool Per4m stuff. At the moment, a great price. It might be going up in price because of the tub price, tub availability and the whey price. So again, along the stuff I mentioned earlier, I've heard threatened there's a price rise coming there. But right now, we got a ton of those in. And we should also have the carrot cake coming up, actually. So, okay, I'll get back to the dairy-free. But Per4m, going well, and we're bringing the flavours in. It's cool. Oh, and they've got some seasonal ones I've just been told about. So, okay. Vegan for now. Very cool. We've got the first proper delivery of the vegan stuff. Apparently, they had some ingredient shortages. It wasn't a tub problem. It was ingredient shortages that meant they couldn't make more of this one. That's why there's been missing for weeks. But it's back. So we have the double chocolate flavour. We have the vanilla cream flavour. Classic ones we had on site before. And now we've got chocolate orange, chocolate mint, and very excitingly, Chocatella. So that's the kind of, I suppose, milk choc hazelnut or chocolate hazelnut flavour brought over to the dairy-free range. So yeah, it's good stuff. I think it's a predominantly pea protein blend. Why can I not see any ingredients? I should know this actually. Yeah, plant protein made with pea protein isolate, pea and rice. So that's the usual kind of straight up vegan blend that gives you the full kind of amino acid spectrum of the things there, but predominantly pea. So you know what you can expect there. It mixes pretty well. It's got a good level of sweetness. It's a good straight up, just like the whey from Per4m, it's a good straight up plant-based protein blend and at that great Per4m pricing. But yeah, I'd say definitely try that hazelnut one. It meshes with the slightly earthier taste of the the vegan protein really well, actually, and it's great in oats. It's great to make like mug cakes with. I know a guy's doing that, so I think you will. I think you'll get a kick out of those for you plant-based folks or anyone just looking to try something a bit different. And yeah, it has that keen price point and the rest. So good range of flavors for that one. Now, well done again, Per4m. Yeah. So and then we've got the restocks coming and everything. So still more coming from them. Very nice. Okay, final one on new stuff then. Probably the blender bottles here. Not very exciting, but hey, everyone needs shakers. And we've got some, this has been doing really well. I think they call this gelato, very cute. So we've got a bunch of their like, every month they release a new sort of limited edition sort of flavor. So I always do this, not flavor, color. I can't eat these. Color and basically when they're gone, they're gone. So we grab a load of them and some of them do really well. Some of them you guys overlook, but really, really like the look of the gelato one. I think that one's it. That has done very well out the gate. There's this very summery kind of yellowy green one. I think they've called this pineapple. So it's essentially peanut flavor. But yeah, again, very summery, very cute, very standout. You're not going to lose that shaker. Then they've got something that I always think looks a bit Harry Pottery. It's white and it's gold. And I think they call this like a winter wonderland. I think it was a special from last winter. But yeah, we thought we'd pick this one up as well. Very, very cool. And then a couple of different ones. So they had the just for fun shakers, like we'll run for cupcakes and let's taco about fitness and don't ever give up and stuff. So this is the main reason we started getting these in. Anyway, a lot of those are sold through, sadly, but they've got some fun ones. And this is a 90s series one. And I wonder if you can guess what they're going for here. Can you see that? So it's kind of pink, very kind of 80s-y style. I mean, it says 90s, but sort of 80s-y style neon kind of pull-up socky type things is what I think when I see these. But those patterns and stuff, it takes me back to my childhood. It's Saved by the Bell. So they've called this Saved by the Ball. So yeah, very cheesy. The original one with kind of Zach and Screech and Slater and stuff. They've picked up some of the, I guess it was the intro and outro kind of graphics they had all over that. They've done the same thing with the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, which they've called Fresh Prince. Not Prince, but Prince with a T shaker. And they might have actually sold out. We might have one left. But yeah, these have done surprisingly well. Obviously a weird, wacky novelty one, but pretty good fun. And oh, my mic's caught again. And yeah, they're on site now. So loads and loads of varieties of these. We've got a big restock of most of the shakers and blender bottles, as you know, very well made. They're sort of guaranteed leak-proof ones, BPA-free, blah, 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 all that cool stuff. But they're a good sort of hardy shaker, and there's a lot of free shakers that go around in this game. But just the generic kind of Chinese free shakers, they do tend to split quite a bit. They do tend to be very, very disposable. These ones will last you a while, and they've got some nice character to them. So blender bottles, you might think, why the hell's a shaker so expensive? But they are well made, and they do some quite unique colorways and things like that. I mean, Ghost Zone shakers, for example, are all blender bottles at this point. If I had deep enough pockets, I would do pick and mix shakers with blender bottles, but the minimum runs are terrifying. But yeah, we've got the good range of these in the mix at the moment, and we've actually nailed the shipping coming over from Germany on these. They come in via Germany, and we should have more coming in the run up to Christmas. And they've got like Christmas sweater. Well, we might be sold out now, but they do like Christmas specials and everything. So lots of those fun ones, and they're quite giftable. Anyway, yeah, they're in right now as well. Okay, that's it. I actually made it, or rather, you made it, which is more impressive, given the fact that I'm used to just talking endlessly about this. Okay, so that's the new stuff done. Restocks and stuff up ahead. I will take you through whistle-stop tour of restocks. We just got a load of Quest bars back in. We've got some good Quest supply at the moment. There's more flavors coming. Actually, there are new flavors coming. There's a chocolate dipped one, which is the first time there's like a dipped choc chip cookie dough, I think. And there was also a dipped, like a coated cookie. So they're down the road, I don't know, a month or two. By the end of the year, we should have those. I haven't got any concrete promises on dates, but anyway, we've got most of the other flavors in. And we've just had the caramel choc chunks. The only reason I'm picking this one up, we've been out of stock of this one for a couple of months. So yeah, that one's back in as well. Very sweet, very sticky. It's not a flavor everyone loves. It's a bit like the maple waffle in that some people just find it prohibitively sticky, but I always quite like this one. Very sweet. Very cool. What else? So Quest is back in. We got most of the flavors. There you go. We have got a restock on energy drink wise US Monster Ultras. So we've got the gold. This is kind of it is pineapple, right? Yes, a sort of pina colada themed one. And that's the latest, sugar-free monstrals from the States. We've got the Ultra Watermelon here as well, which we've had in the past. That's been quite popular. And we got some of the Rosa back too, which is hard to pin down, but it's a slightly floral kind of gummy bear type flavour is how I put it. There's quite a lot going on in there, and it's a little bit nuanced, but very, very nice. One of my favourites. So we got a load of those back in. The gold is certainly holding okay. Rosa and watermelon nearly gone. So yeah, we've had them for a couple of weeks, but jump in if you want to catch any of these. They're very, very hard to find. They're in the mix at the moment. We have got a restock and got 7. These again come in from Germany, like the blender bottles. Bigger shipments, a little bit of a pain. But we've got a full reload, or nearly a full reload, on the protein chips and nachos, which are fantastic. Everyone like these. You don't have to be a protein fan. They're just delicious things. Plus you get 15, 20 grams of protein a bag. Very nice. And it's very nice. And we've had the straight up paprika protein stack nachos. That's the classic. And also all the way through to the sweet and salty caramel protein chips. These are a bit weird. Sweet protein crisps. I don't know. I pitched the flavour as kind of like classic Frosties, like really sugary, sweet, crispy Frosties. They're very nice. You probably put milk on them, enjoy them that way if you want. That'd be really nice. But yeah, they're in the mix now. We've had a restock as well on their classic sauces. There you go. These look dreadfully boring, but there's a good price on them. And for my money, this is the nicest barbecue sauce we have in the mix, full stop. It's maybe a fraction higher calories, a few extra calories a serving than something from Skinny Food Co. But the texture is far more pleasant. The general balance of flavor is far more pleasant. I just love this stuff. And it's a family favorite for kind of my guys as well. So yeah, check that out. We do a restock of those. They do a lovely spicy burger, blah, 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 blah. I don't say enough about these, but again, if savory is your thing, then Got 7's classic sauces won't let you down. I think we've added a couple of new flavors. There's a mild wasabi, I think we just put in there as well. So most of those are back. That's cool. We got good stock of those. In terms of new stuff from them, weird one. We've got protein burger buns. So these have been promoted a bit on sort of industry blogs like Stacked. You get 2 burger buns or sort of BAP style things in here. And very different. I don't recall being offered protein burger buns in the past. So yeah, protein everything these days. And this is the latest in a long line. Wraps do very well. We've had protein bread in the past do well. We've had protein bagels in the past do well. Protein burger buns, I thought, why not? Obviously, you could make any kind of sandwich out of it. It doesn't have to be a burger bun. But we thought we'd bring it in. They're not the lowest calorie things in the world. So you get 2 per pack. They're a good price, which is I think like $1.99. They go down to, or maybe it's $2.20 for the 2 of them or something like that. But if you buy enough, I think it drops to $1.99. So it's pretty good for them, and they're quite big, weighty things. 90 grams a piece, 15 grams of protein per bun. And that's not bad. And obviously, if you're putting a burger in there, it'd be a ton more protein as well. Whether it's a veggie thing, a corn thing, or it's a full-blown meat one. And yeah, just the novelty of it. Really, they are. Not low in carb, and they are, it's basically it. So I think they're around about 250 calories a bun, which is a bit mad, but the protein really pushes that one up. But it's worth a try. I have tried these myself. Texture is actually surprisingly good on them. They recommend warming them before making the bun and burger and doing stuff, but I didn't, and it worked just fine. So I was pleasantly surprised. But hey, for a couple of quid, try them out, something different in the industry, and it will suck it and see. They don't have the longest shelf life. They are kind of fresh things. So we've got about a month on the stock we've got right now. So it's a trial at this, but yeah, I recommend check them out. They're in just arrived section at the moment. And obviously they go great if you put the burgers inside, and then you've got 7 sauces to go with it. Boom. So yeah, they're in the mix. Restocked as well, CaloFit sauces. These ones come in, I think, from the Netherlands. And we finally got salty caramel back. This has always been one of our most popular salted caramel style things. Quite a thin texture, but a very powerful, quite unique butterscotchy salted caramel flavour. Always been quite popular. So we got this one, the chocolate, the cookies and cream. There's a vanilla style one, bunch of savoury ones as well. It's a good range, very good range. But the salty caramel has always been the big winner. We got tons of this back in, and this is vegan as well, gluten free, lactose free, basically calorie free. Awesome. There you go. Okay, Restock's Ghost. I haven't, again, it's unusual for me not to have loads of Ghost stuff to rave about. I'm just going to check the camera's recording actually, because it died on me a minute ago. It is. I'm going to have to do some dodgy editing. Always fun. Ghost. Yeah, I haven't had a huge amount to rave about Ghost for a while. And Yeah, it is difficult because it's been such a big part of the mix for a good few years now, and it's been difficult having so many gaps in the stock and us not getting so many of the new launches they've done over there. I just got one of their coconut ice cream summer special vegan tubs. I've tried the whey one before. I love it, but we can't get the stock, and there's so little on their own site. So I didn't want to get one of those, but I bought the vegan. I haven't tried it yet. Smells great though. It just came in on Friday eventually. They were delayed shipping, so I'm sure a lot of you others you guys have discovered that as well. Yeah, we'll see. I'm sure that's lovely. But in terms of what we do have, we have had restocks on a reasonable amount of things, including a lot of the stuff that people were threatening to lynch me for. The vegan protein, again, more vegan stuff. The peanut butter cereal milk is back in. We've got that in the vegan. It's one of the classic vegan flavors. We've got chocolate cereal milk, probably the best seller, well, definitely the best seller by a million miles. Everyone loves this shake. Got as many as I possibly can, so we shouldn't run out for a bit now. But yeah, stock is still scarce. I know Ghosts themselves really struggling, so it's not their fault. But yeah, it's like what's this here, like hen's teeth? It's really hard to get hold of these at the moment. Glad to have some for a bit. On the whey side, we got milk chocolate back. We did get some peanut butter cereal milk back, but that sold out instantly. But we've got cinnamon, we've got the marshmallow, we have got straight up cereal milk. So we've got some of the flavors in. I really wish we had the choc chip cookie back, but alas, no such luck as yet. But yeah, we do have most of the other bits. So it's cool. We can get your fix for that. We have got as well, greens came back in original and guava berry flavors. Yeah, it's not really a headline one where we're doing greens here in the mix, same as like creatine for us. But yeah, always been quite popular. And if you're going to have a green supplement at the moment, yeah, this is probably my de facto choice. It mixes well. It's got so much flavoring going on that you don't really know it's greens. Even the original one doesn't taste that much of greens. It has a sort of inherent sweetness to it that softens the blow. So the original is really nice as well. But yeah, guava berry adds some solid flavor to it. There is the lime we couldn't get. Lime's really nice. But yeah, we have some of them, so that's a win. And then that's about it. I think we're out of Apple Legend. Don't think we'll see any more of V1 on that one. I don't think there's any in the EU. I think we might have a tub, or we might have just sold out of the last of the Christian Guzman V3 kind of Legend collab, the big black tubs. But we've got some peach pump back in. Got most of the size flavors in. We've got some watermelon burn. It's not terrible. We have a load of stuff, but it's not what I'd like to have, but we are where we are. And I've just got to hope that I think there's a new shipment due this month. So yeah, hopefully we'll have some other stuff in. And then I need to catch up with the guys and find out what new bits we can actually get here in the UK and Europe, because we'd love something to sink our teeth into. Anyway, yeah, Ghost, there is a load of stuff on site now, so grab it while we have it. What else in front of me? Okay, no, that's about it. I will talk about some new stuff. So we have got we've got some promos and stuff coming in. I'll touch on in a minute. But new brands wise, finally, I've been talking to guys here. I'll bring it up. We've got Beam. So be amazing, like you can beam. This one is something I've been aware of for a while. Pretty new brand. I think it only launched last year. But they've got pre-workout here. I've got their vegan protein powder as well. So yeah, I've been talking to them for a bit. Quite excited about this one. We finally got samples over. And yeah, it's good. It's really good. So I've tried the pre-workout. Big fan. It's I suppose you put it on the stronger side, certainly if you do the 2 scoop serving the guys suggest on here, but it's a really good focus one, and yeah, just a great couple of workouts on it, which is they're few and far between for me at the moment. I'm so scattered and all over the place. Anything that can power me through a good couple of workouts is a win. So this has passed the ant test, and the guys on team, Marcus and Emilio, had it as well. So it's all good. We're all on board with this one. We've grabbed the flavors we can. So this is rainbow candy here, which is sure to be a popular one. And we've got a couple of other flavors coming over with the first shipment. Very exciting. I'll take you through it in more detail then. But yeah, it's a really good product. And then the vegan one, yeah, again, we like with that ghost chocolate cereal milk, we've had so much luck. Very, very similar product here. So it's probably a little bit thicker, maybe not quite as sweet, but it's got fantastic reviews over in the States. You check this one out. And we've got a few different flavors of chocolate brownie. The real winner might be there's a blueberry muffin. And that one's coming over. Real blueberries in it as well. Fantastically kind of bold flavor. I think you guys will love it. So vegan folks, worth a try as well. we have some of that coming in, and there's some other launches and stuff that we can talk about close to the time. But yeah, very, very exciting for a new brand here for us coming in from the States. Lovely guys behind it, good story as well. And we've got the aminos coming in from them, and we might even have some greens coming in from them as well, actually. So yeah, it's a kind of new one for us to try. So it'll be coming up to hopefully a busier time. Seems nice to have some new stuff to make a song and dance about. Anyway, that's coming. That's waiting in the wings. We have also got. The Grenade Carb Killa, as I mentioned. Maybe I didn't mention it. The video actually, as I said, just died in the middle when I was trying to do the Mountain Joe's thing. So I might have actually missed the drop I did on the what's the word? The returning. There you go. More caffeine, please. The returning Grenade. Gingerbread bar. So this is their seasonal special one. Anyway, I mentioned it when I was doing the original Mountain Joe's thing, then the camera died and whatever. But Grenade have just announced that just yesterday, in fact. So it was on Friday. They have said the gingerbread's coming back. We've heard whispers, we've heard hints about this. So we thought it was coming. They're getting an early start on it, I suppose, because, well, Christmas is early in general. They're looking at doing because no one really knows how things are going to look. I guess all brands, retailers and stuff want to get the head start so they get good sales on Christmas goods now before things potentially get bleak in the months ahead. Let's hope not, touch wood. And yeah, the Grenade bar is coming back. We may even have it this week. I think we will be getting some in the mix for sure. And yeah, it's a winner. They've released it a couple of years now. Always been incredibly popular. It has been quite hard to get because they've never really wholesaled it that well. It's more for like Marks and Spencer's and direct sales and stuff. So we've done promos with it. We haven't had a chance to sell it for a while. Anyway, this time around we do. It'll be lovely. It'll be wonderful. Those of you guys like that one and grab it when it's there because you know it's limited edition. When it's gone, it's gone. That's coming up very soon. So probably next video I will show you that one. But a lot of you guys know the deal with that right now. And we will promote it, promote the hell out of it online. Okay, what else? On Grenade, Grenade Energy. So these are their, well, they've been doing the energy drinks for a while, but as you know, their newer 3 flavors, the Son of a Beach, the Buried Alive, the Cherry Bomb, big hits with us here. Definitely a lot more exciting than the original flavor they launched. Anyway, this is like a sample selection pack of the 3 flavors of the kind of jazzed up energy drinks when they released the new flavors. We were going to do a little bit of a promo with that. Next week, probably kicking off, where we've got to figure out exactly the mechanic, but it's like the offers we've done before. I think if you spend over £50 on site, you will get the opportunity to add a 3-pack of these things for free. So yeah, days are getting shorter, and people are returning to work and school and university and the rest of it. God knows we could all use the extra energy, so it's a little something from us and from Grenade to give you a bit of a boost. Anyway, yeah, we have that thing coming up. So on top of that, with the fudge brownie, very cool. That's maybe it. I've almost run out of stuff. So yeah, in terms of products, that's it for now. We have got there are some other bits waiting in the wings coming up ahead. So yeah, lots to play for in the next few weeks, and we're obviously going to do our very best to really get busier again after a slightly wonky wonky time setting this place up, and then obviously with people coming and going and pingdemics and the rest of the things we've had to face over the summer here. We all had to face. So yeah, it's an exciting time coming up. There's the other Mountain Joes and stuff, as I said. The one thing we're going to do that's a bit exciting is the Arnold Classic. They call it the Arnold Classic. Is that what I'm thinking of? Yeah, it is. The Arnolds. They're doing the trade show here in the UK for the first time, and that is happening October 1st to 3rd, so it's about a month away from right now as I'm doing this, and we're actually going to go along. We haven't got a stand, we haven't got a booth, we haven't done the whole thing. Still technically, contractually signed up to do Body Power as and when they redo it. Should be next May, so let's hope that comes off, and let's hope it's worth the wait. But for right now, the Arnold thing seems to really be kicking off quite nicely. So a lot more brands are signing up, big brands. I mean, Gymshark coming back into it. That's unprecedented. They pulled out famously from doing Body Power a while ago. Great to have them back on the case with it. And I don't know, Boohoo, and I don't really know those guys, but there's Optimum Nutrition, Applied Nutrition, CMP, I jump on the website and click on exhibitors, but I mean, some reasonably big names coming back to the party at this point. I think everyone's just been, so locked down and so hidden away, and it's just been so thrown for a couple of years that brands that historically have said, no, we're not doing trade shows anymore, are actually coming back out to do it, which is pretty cool. Makes it more exciting for you and I. We're heading along anyway on the Sunday, so I think it's the 3rd, the last day. Probably be a bit quieter then, but it's the only time we can actually work out to trek up there. So Millie and I have got some meetings and we're going to have a look around. So as I always say with these things, some of you know my face at this point. So if you are brave enough to stop me and say hello, or you're a customer of ours or whatever, very happy to talk at you for a little bit. But we will be there and having a look around and stuff. So that should be good fun. I'm really looking forward to seeing, people again properly, and trying some new stuff maybe, and seeing some of the brands that are there, and etc. etc. So that should be pretty cool. Looking forward to a bit of an outing. And this is also at the NEC, same as Body Power tends to be, probably in Body Power same space. So it's going to be interesting to see whether or not they've pulled it off as well as them, or better than them, or what the vibe is and things. So yeah, very cool. And yeah, if we see any of you there, lovely, wonderful. I wanted to get that in now because there's a good chance I won't get another video in before that. So we are going to be wandering around there on the Sunday in all probability. So it should be pretty cool. And then who knows after that point? And then we start getting a bit kind of seasonal, and I have to worry about Black Friday and all sorts of stuff like that. I'm going to cut it off here because that's spectacularly long, but it should bring you thoroughly up to date on everything we've been up to over here, various wacky shenanigans and problems and firefighting and things. And I look forward to seeing you again next time. So I'll chop this all up, use the time codes, do all that kind of stuff. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for still liking, subscribing, and all that sort of stuff. I never really ask you guys to do that because I always feel so sheepish about how badly executed this entire thing is. But if you do get something out of this, then do that. I guess it helps us get, algorithm-wise, it shares it more, whatever. But yeah, thanks again. Enjoy the rest of the weekend when I'm going to get this up. Stay well and all that. And see you again next time. Bye for now.